guys, it's Theresa here of Larkin Design, and welcome to a first video for me. This is a first process video that I'm using Felicity Jane kits. I'm just so excited, and I cannot believe how long it's taken me to dive into this amazing kit club. I am working today with the Willow kit. And so it literally landed on my doorstep, and I opened it, and I am creating with it right out of the box. And that's how good it is. So I'm just going to open up some of the things just so that I have them available and ready to go. There are die-cut ephemera, washi tape, journaling cards, a cute little stencil that's like triangle confetti, an amazing stamp set, and the stamp set is actually the reason why I chose this kit, because it has some amazing sentiments that I can use on my layouts for my Things I Need to Hear series. I haven't forgot about that series. I've been just kind of focused on some other things lately, but this is a great kit to incorporate into that series, and so that's what today's layout is actually going to be for. And then these are the papers. There were also a set of cardstock banners and star confetti, and to be honest with you, I don't know where it went when I was filming. I had it with the kit, and I'm watching this video going, where did that even go? And I don't even see it here in my space. But anyway, so that is there. And then this is the paper that I chose to work with. It's a black and white patterned paper, and I'm going to layer some gesso. And even though I'm not using any watercolors or acrylics or anything like that today, I am going to use this just as a layer for a little bit of texture, and also to help the photo and the embellishments sort of pop off of that pattern a little bit. If you don't want to paint gesso, you could do white cardstock here instead, and that black and white would make a really nice border around just plain white cardstock if you wanted to do it that way. I put the gesso on heavy, so it did warp that pattern paper a little bit, and that's just, for me, that comes with the territory. I always have warped papers when I'm working with mixed media. So I definitely had to use this little stencil here. Love the little tiny bit of texture that it adds. I'm using the Heidi Swap silkscreen paste. So it's designed to be used with those silk screens. It has a really heavy, thick texture to it, but I really just chose it for the color. I like the blue that's in the Willow kit, and so that's why I chose that color. I just wanted a little bit of a pop there. Not overwhelming, right? Because it's a tiny little, such a sweet little tiny pattern. And then I'm doing three areas that I'm using this stencil on, and that sort of creates the home pad for the home base for the embellishment clusters. So a great embellishment cluster for me starts with some sort of stenciled or painted kind of area, and then layer on your pattern papers and your stickers and your cardstock and your stamps on top of that. So, and of course it's in a visual triangle, so then we have that taken care of. And this is a pretty easy, quick formula for just a simple layout that doesn't take a lot of thought or stress. It's just fun to do, and it always looks great, right? Like, this is such a simple layout formula and I love it, and I use it all the time. So I'm gonna trim off the little branding strip here. I'm going to hold on to it though because it has a little pattern on it. And then I'm also going to figure out here where I want my photo to be now that I have the texture down. And I'm sort of just right now just getting a feel for the products and for how they want to go down on the page. They sort of speak to you, right? And so there's a great little space here for one of the stamps. It says, the stamp itself says your own kind of beautiful, and then I know that I want to add a word to that. But first I'm going to cut some of my papers, and so I've stated in the past before that I always struggle with cutting the papers, and I find for myself if I go ahead and cut into the papers, then I'm more likely to use them and I'm more likely to incorporate them into my layouts. And so that's what I'm doing. I've just chosen 3. It actually gives you, of course, like 6 options, right, front and back. And I'm just going to cut them different sizes. This one is 4 by 5. And of course the other piece is 4 by 7. This piece is going to be 4.5. 4.5 by 6. And then this piece will be 3.5 by, looks like 4.5. And so there are the pattern paper pieces that I'm going to layer underneath the photo. And you see how they just sort of landed on the counter, like, or on the worktop? Like, that's pretty much how I'm going to put them underneath the photo. Just very random, but just a little bit showing out from each piece. And again, this is my formula for giving a layered look to my layouts as well. I'm going to use half of the heart doily, and then I'm going to just start stacking those pattern papers underneath. I want them just to show randomly, and then I'm leaving that stack intact and adhering each layer down on top, and that way you get the look you want. So I definitely chose a little more of the black and white and the gray and white, and another pop of this coral color. And so then that little stamp will fit perfectly right underneath there, but right at Willow's hem. And that way there's an emphasis here. It draws your eye right here both to Willow's hem, and in the photo I almost look like I'm looking at her. So your eye is drawn up from Willow's hem up into my eyes in the photo. I'm also adding the word B. I'm using those puffy alphabets. So the title is Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. Perfect. I also wanted to use this little flower. This little flower stamp is so cute. So it's a little bit like confetti around the page as well. And that's just kind of random too, but I was following the patterns left by the stencil. So clustering, everything that I add is clustering around those stencil marks. I wanted to use the washi tape too, of course. Love, love, love this washi tape. And so I'm going to add a little tiny strip here. One strip is going underneath, and whoops, I didn't tape down the whole thing. So go ahead and tape that down. And then I think I'm going to add another tiny strip of washi on top of the strip that I already added. There. Another layer of dimension, right? And oh my gosh, you guys, these puffy stickers are to die for. Yeah, I think I need about 5 packs of these. I just have a love affair with puffy stickers. I admit, just can't even I just can't even deny it. I love puffy stickers, and every pack that comes in my door is like the next greatest thing. So anyway, I'm definitely using these puffy stickers across this layout as well. First though, I want to add a couple of more layers here around Willow. And so there were a lot of cardstock floral pieces that were included. Yay, I love it, love, love, love it. So of course I have a bunch of those layered here on the side, and my favorite trick is to cut them in half so they go further, and they're just sort of surrounding Willow, almost like a floral crown, and they're just so much fun to look at now that the layout is complete. You'll get to see the layout at the end of the video, of course. I'll share some close-ups there. And then if you want to check out my blog, it's larkindesigntm.com/blog. And so you'll get to see some close-ups there as well. I always do an accompanying blog post with my videos. So if you ever want sources, more information, more photos, hear a little bit more of my thought process. I do say different things on my blog sometimes. So check that out if you have time, and be sure to subscribe too as well. So I think that I'm getting all the flowers finished up here, and there's just a few tiny more touches to add around the layout. And then I want to focus on my journaling. And I had originally thought I would add some journaling at the upper left-hand corner in that white gesso, but it doesn't, it feels complete. The area around the photo feels complete, just like this. So I decided to, well, first I'm going to put down Willow so she gets some pop dots. That's just so that she doesn't smush the flowers. So she gets adhered down, and then I'm going to work on the journaling. And I'm going to pull from the journaling cards that were included. This is also some of the paper clips. They're cutest little rose gold paper clips. And I'm going to just put one there. I think now that I have the layout done and it's been sitting on my desk for a couple of hours, I think I want to add just a little tiny bow there. I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But it needs a little tiny bow on it, in hindsight. Okay, so now I'm going to go through these journaling cards and pick one to use just for a little tiny sentence of journaling. And I went with my favorite, the stripe. But really just wanted a base for lines to journal. And so I'm going to adhere that directly to the page. No fuss. And of course it needs a few embellishments. It also needs to be tied in with the rest of the layout. So you'll see how I'm going to do that. I'm going to add this little flower first, and then it sort of grows from there. Here's another puffy sticker that says sunshine. And I'm going to write my journaling here. And my journaling was pretty much just about how I'm always going to hear those ugly voices, but don't listen. Don't listen to them, and just keep smiling. So it's just a reminder to myself. You know, I think we all hear those downing voices, and the you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not talented enough, you're not whatever. we all hear those. We grew up with those, and so I just wanted to remind myself not to listen to them and just keep smiling and keep going. So now I'm going to focus on tying that in with Willow herself. And that's pretty easy to do, right? Just fill in that space. And so now we have this nice diagonal line that leads your eye straight up into the center of the layout. So great movement on this page. And I'm just layering. There's another flower. Here's the little heart. Gosh, that heart is gorgeous. And I'm just tucking these underneath her. And then I went back and forth with that ampersand, and it just never tied in. This is half of one of the flowers, and you absolutely tuck in those little halfsies and still make them work. So that ampersand just, I kept trying, but it just didn't work. So puffy stickers to the rescue. I added one of those little mandalas. And then I'm also going to put some of the confetti puffy stickers around this white space in the photo. And oh my gosh, these confetti puffy stickers are my favorites. Hearts are out. Puffy hearts are out. Now it's puffy confetti. And then one more little tiny puffy sticker there. And this layout will be already finished. So I'm going to wrap everything up today. Thanks for watching. I hope that you will like and comment and subscribe. Tell me what you like about it. And I'll see you back here again soon. Thanks again for watching, you guys. Bye-bye.